and my ancestors of the good, and the deities of good, spirit guides, archangels, to allow me to delve a little deeper into the situations at hand. Messages are welcome. Allow my spirit to be protected with the color white in the spirit realm. Any messages is welcome. Gonna shuffle. Try to see if I can get any fill and any messages that's coming. Okay. Something is direct, indirect. Okay. I hear something is complicated. This is general. Something is indirect. And I'm also hearing weeping. Okay. Something about you have two angels with you. I think it will be angel. I guess I want to say Donatello and Raphael. That's funny. And I also want to see if there's something of a awakening. Something of awakening. And possibility of an old conflict that has been I want to say rehashed or something of such a conflict that has been hashed. And I think it's devastating anymore. Someone was going through something. Probably a possibility of family members trying to sort things out. Even trying to see if they can possibly get a input, acknowledgement. I think this person is always trying to use their strategies and their mindset to figure things out. It's okay now. And I do believe someone is taking a liking to maybe a feature or maybe something that has been brought up to see what it is that they're offering. Taken into basic formal discussions or formal I think it's something of enemies or even backstabbing or people that was trying to hash something. It has been brought up again to try to hash it again. Something of a setback. Yeah, possibility of being intuitive, an individual. I see it might be 3 people that might be contacted in a situation. They have lost a lot of people, and probably bringing it back may help them. Something that could be rehashed or hashed, or something of revisiting or contacting. And also thinking that a person has something with, I guess, the music or something, binaural music. It might help relax the individual. Something with talking less will make them feel better. Okay, thank you for that. Also believing that it's taking time to know yourself and getting closer to yourself. It's what it is of knowing that it's conjuring beautiful thoughts in the midst of trying to release. And perfecting the mind to stay stable, to work on things that help you, is beneficial. that. It's also saying you have a conduit. Something that you end up taking, always end up trying to release in the wrong time. It does protect you to know when to take things or how much to take or what it is that's making you feel like it's not mentioned in the I guess the directions how to take it. It might be something that you don't need to take without knowing how to take. But I do believe it's something of the ancestors to join in. They might just be around and trying to feel their way through, and they have. Thank you. And there's also speaking to spirit, the divine. It's going into the masculine to say he has been very, very upset with himself lately. He's trying to contact you, and he does love you, and he wants you to know when he wants you, he wants you. But I do believe he's trying to go above his head when he needs to take a lesson of his own to realize sometimes you have to be alone in order to pertain what it is that you're trying to do futuristically. And try not to think too much and try not to settle here. It's hoping that it will go back to you to say you have no way of contacting this individual. Remember how it is when you didn't have anyone. And it's also possible that you have done many things in your power to try to acknowledge it, but it seems like it doesn't work. It's probably because of the offense, something of an offense to bring back to your mind to say it's going directly to you if that's what you want, to make you feel what it is you need to hear. So pay attention if you are. If it happened to go over your head and it does not resonate, don't take it in. It's possibly that it could resonate with you and others if they were to listen, but this is general, so it can go to anyone, including myself. Someone has backstabbed you in the past. They are not feeling the same way. They're hoping that you understand that it was impossible or it wasn't meant for them to do it, but they did anyway. This person is no longer here. They wanted you to know that they wish that they could have did more to salvage things before it came to an end. But this person also is trying to speak why it's open to it, but we're not sensing why. It's not going into mediumship. The medium is not doing that, but it does wake up the dead, yes. Or any of the souls that has not reconnected in a long time, spirits, I would say, to come in to try to speak in the midst of it. So I guess it will be okay to burn something of sage to clean, which I don't have. So I guess I tried to burn a little sage in my it's something with the porky beans. It's funny. But I guess it would be funny if it was not easy to contact it when I'm trying to speak. But I guess I want to point out the porky beans. Okay. It's someone that remembering you from a long time ago and they really want to say something to you. They have something that they want to give you. I think it's okay for you to get it if you want. Yeah, they're proud of themselves. And I think it will help you if you know what I mean. It's probably something bigger than what I know, but it's probably something bigger for the both of you. I think they're proud. He's proud of it, and he wants to share that with you. It does not mean any harm, and he will never go against you right here. But there's something about the mind that does not know where it's going. It's trying to reach you regardless. But I do believe this is something of a sensor to say that it has been developed even louder, to say turn it down again, please. It wakes up anything and everything that does not belong or invites the entities. They see and they seek and they are really hard on her to see how to relax. It's not as bad as it was before, but it is something of the dictation or also a development of bringing back ancestors that really belong with you. They have done so much to try to make you aware of them, and they're really proud of the work. But they're successfully doing things with you. It's acknowledging you. You can't decide which ones you need. It does take all of them to say you have to go with it and agree. It's something about a love triangle, something that comes up again to say don't. Remember how it feels. It might even come back to you to see that you have to choose. Maybe it's talking to all whoever is listening and it resonates. If it don't take it in. Don't rehash old problems. I would say don't invite um, things in the past. Let it stay in the past. If it's something new that comes up to you, as maybe feeling like you're lonely or you're isolated or feeling rejected, try to remember if there's anyone in your life that makes you realize something in them that says that, like someone that may seem a little bit off or distant, or maybe you don't even have anyone. Just try to remember how that felt for yourself at one time. It's really trying to um, engage into the thoughts of making you realize what's important and how to accept others in the midst of it could have been you or it were you at one time. Okay, thank you. Now we're going to go into the shuffle to read and see what the card says. Those are the messages, but it does say in a long way. A long way coming, I do hear. A long way coming. And something about I want to sex you up. The song Sex You Up. Yeah, it's coming into that. And it doesn't resonate. Don't allow the song to make you feel like it's not you. Just think about it. It may come back later. The song I Want to Sex You Up. And I hear the song I'm going back to Cali. I hear that song and it's coming up. If that doesn't resonate, don't take it. But it's also saying please use an instrumental more. Okay? And someone father has foreseen something in the future or made a mistake in identify someone or something of the saying. It comes back again, whatever that is. It may come back to you to see what I'm talking about. If it doesn't resonate, don't take it in. It does show that this person is going to visit someone that you may have seen or known from a situation, or come back to you to say it could mean exactly what it meant the first time I said. I cannot repeat. Okay, there's someone that's living long distance, someone that's very far away. They said it's okay. Be bothered with what it is that makes you happy. Try not to, fall away from people that really mean something to you. Show them that you care about them. Try not to be too close to those that burnt you before. They have a mind of their own to try to show you that they want you to not remember, but just remember how that felt when you got stabbed in the back. Remember what that means, and it does go in the circulating message to say repeat. Try not to stay around people that stab you in the back, and don't go near people that has once betrayed you. If you know what that means, then stay away. As you can say, it does come back, so remember it does repeat. And there's another person that's involved to say leave now. It might be embarrassing to say how can you leave now when you're in the middle of a reading, but if it's a spirit to leave now, it's not welcome. If somebody that's damaged, someone that's really thinking of the word damage, they really stand out a lot, they expose themselves too much. I think it's going to get them caught with the word they're using. I don't believe that is someone that insults you, but it could be someone that brings you back to the place of being recognized in a bad maybe just bad vibes. It could bring back in a way of bad decision making, or either feeling like you have to speak out or blurt to try to pay more attention. This person is testing you. It doesn't go the same way. If they're listening, they ought to try new strategies. It works better. It's also saying that you lost a loved one recently. Someone has lost a loved one recently. They don't know how to say hi. They're trying to. It's person could be an older person. They may have been young at one time, but they could be an older person. And somebody that used to ride with you in a vehicle, that used to sing a song, they also wanted to tell you hi. They feel like this is the way to speak to you, but it doesn't come close to what they really want. It doesn't mean anything other than what they have said just now. And maybe someone that's a person that's missing, this person is not alive anymore. They are dead. And they wanted you to know to please whisper her name. If you remember, it'll come back to you when it's time. If it doesn't, it starts with the initial M. It starts with the initial M and initial A. I do see A and M. There's someone that passed away with the initial A and M, and I also see a Y in the name. It could come as one of those others initials that is said. And it could also mean someone that's missing to come back to say they have made a decision. I hear, okay. They said they have made a decision. They have no idea what that means right now. But I think it's okay to say what the decision may be. They like it. They like you. They've been practicing how to say that. But I think it's someone to say that they don't need to speak if they don't want to. But it has to come back to say you need to say something. Or it's practicing on you. It's giving you a thought to say, do you notice the difference now? It's something of practicing of Inglewood. Something of Inglewood or something of West Philly or Compton. I do hear that. And it does say something about a word, Slauson. It comes back to say what up. That's the name I hear, what up. It's not a name, it's a saying of what up. This person is not deceased. This person is still around. They have been using you to conjure, to make you feel like you're part of something big. It's probably not as affecting as it is to you as it is to them. But it does come back to say you're prying to please release. It does not go any further if he's not going to release, because it's something as a conduit that speaks on your behalf in a normal form of saying you can speak for yourself is what I hear. But I don't think this person gets the message of knowing when they're prying and they're doing it in a way to make you feel less of what it is you need to do for yourself. This person is not going to get pregnant no time soon. But I do believe if that's what you want to know, they're not going to have any babies. I think you also want to see if it was something they could say about you, but they really like you, but not in the way you think. I think it was someone that was already pregnant by you to see that they want to renew their relationship with you. I think it's possible for you to realize that this person is really meant for you. It's something with the psychic inside of the person that you're really drawn to. Don't invite yourself in a drawing of living amongst the dead. Sometimes it pulls you in. If you're not really familiar, there's a person that did decide to do work with you. They're no longer living. This person is dead, but they're really holding on to you to be careful with them. They speak out in ways to tell you that they're not letting go, but it's not to scare you, but they might miss you. But you should be more mindful of how to release the dead around you before you come existing in a psychic view, because they will see what this person wants. And as of now, I can't go any further with it. If I can see what it is that I need to do, can you remove this entity of using a formal friend to try to subject a conversation? It does not say how. It wants it to remember who you are, to practice what it says, and knowing it has to go. It's enough to say you've been warned. Okay, I can carry on. Absolutely not if he doesn't understand. He's been warned. If he's not meaning to do it, please excuse him and ask him not to carry something of a burial cross or something of the such to catch him in the midst of putting him in a box. Would not be okay. It will be a form to say it's not against him, but if he does it again, it will be. So that's the initial working of the sense of the spirit, to come in a way of saying it is divine. He is knowing that it is a masculine divine to speak in ways to say do not cross him. This is the reason why it doesn't go any further, because it's an argument between the two, and it does seem if you get involved with it. But I do believe that is something that he wanted to know about his father. But if he wants a reading, he's welcome to read you. But until then, he does not have a right to ask any question. So it may go against him to know what it is that he's doing here without permission. And I could go across as a double cross to not only the saints but the protector as well, to say that you're at large of knowing who you are in the midst of those of being in a gang. Try not to do that, because I sense it's someone in the gang that doesn't know when to pull away. Do not practice any kind of arts and witchery, because it could come back on you. It could come back on you seven spirits, or seven seals, seven angels, or seven saints to come to visit you with not the good news you want to hear. So make sure you don't do it that way. As of now, it does go back to you to say what you want to say, and it is general, but you do not get to ask questions. You just only get to hear what the saints have to say. In some cases, your ancestors, and sometimes your spirit guide, and sometimes it could just be the angels. I did say spirit, angels, and ancestors, okay? But the form of saying, you can cut the cards if you choose to, but this is a reading that goes directly to them if you do it this way. Alright, so it doesn't have a way to speak to you through these cards. It wanted you to tell yourself it doesn't. But you can go into the other ones that might play a mind game to make you want to know what it would say other than what you have, because they're wishing that you would not say their name, which it did not give you a name, but it does say someone of brown, okay? Someone of brown has saw you. They wanted to talk with you, and they really was practicing the same song that you did. In a way of singing or dancing to it, he wants to redo it, but he wants to do it with you. He don't think that his management might allow him or something, with the case of knowing that you have really, really cradle skin. This is not what they really want to say, but it does break your heart to hear it did come from him. So they wanted you to see that, but it does go against them to say that out loud, because it wouldn't be very mindful of who he is to know he couldn't have said that. But if someone in the camp had said that, or in his group, or one of his friends, they have disgusting balls. Remember what that means. And it's also saying don't be aware of that, because they're trying to see if you're paying attention. But this was supposed to be invitation to know that all messages are invited. You are really conjuring up messages to go back at them, to remember who you are in this. It does say don't give anything away to those who had nothing to do with it, but in the form of knowing that you have belonged, in a way of knowing they were not interested in your skin. It was more of your love legs and your bump and your pump, and your skin was not as bad then. Is the reason why they're speaking of it now, to say it's no way to clear it in time. But that's okay, that's their opinion, but it doesn't come back to be rude about it. And it does not stop you from being in the area of knowing that you don't have to show everybody your imperfections of not being brought, to see if you have someone of a professional to help in a way of making it better. But if that is not okay, then what I could say is okay, never mind. It doesn't mean anything anyway. It has to be a win-win situation. If it isn't, then I understand business is business. On to the next. So if you're going to bring anything up, it's going to be, please remind yourself who you are and clear it. Yes, peace, love, and light. And also, please be mindful that my ears are burning right now. I don't want to say anything off. So to bounce it back to say it's my mind, I can do what I want. But be careful how you talk, because it does come back in three folds, to know you don't want it to send back to you as being a not so sure situation. But if it is, you heard it and they wanted you to hear that, now they can really go away because you don't need no one to be a messenger of bad skin days, especially when you have burning, flaming balls. Okay, the joke is on you. But I can say this: in some cases, it does go a little deeper. Please remember to wipe your hands before you do anything. And that could be for anybody to please wipe your hands. Take care of your hands, wash your face, do what you need to do. And make sure you have a way to take away the energy of bullshitters because it is something of bullshit underneath the skin. And it also says do not allow no one to speak to you in any kind of shape or form that's something you don't like. But if you're willing to cut the cards, you can see it might go another way. So thank you for the messages. Okay. It did not go into enlightenment, but it did come into insults. Okay, someone is bringing up some situation. It was something that happened today, something happened yesterday, and something that's going to happen in a week or two. It was someone that was battling back and forth. I did see them have a fight. I did see someone that was very, very focused on what was happening. They did not even know what was behind them, but it was very rude. Someone has shouted something in the midst of making someone feel very uncomfortable. I think it was hard for them to realize that this plan that they had decided did not work. It wasn't what they thought. It was hard for them to recognize who they were dealing with. It doesn't come across everyone could see the person as the same as anyone else. But I do believe that someone has a breakup. Someone had a breakup. Someone is feeling very hard on themselves. Someone is trying to figure out how to stay in the same position. They're trying to get back in a place of their life to see how things can flow rather. I do see that the person's dedication and hard work is not paying off. They are resisting a lot of things of trying to change, and I do feel like it's something with their mindset to also believe that they have been attacked in so many ways. This argument is not going to go away. Someone that's pretending to being empress in the matter of knowing they have tried to show, they have tried to give what it could of being elegant. Well, someone is definitely trying to sit in the placement of awe. Someone is making up things to try to make you come into. But I do believe that this person is really trying to forward himself into a way of being more of and energy wise fulfilling. I think they're very interested, and I do believe they have something of a protect. Something of protect, and I do believe that this one is a little defensive on the side of saying that they have something that's not as much as the other, but I think they're working on the same side. I think they have something that they could work on and try to work things out. But I would be very careful knowing that you have used something to try to, stunt someone's growth or trying to keep someone back from finding out who they really were in the midst of trying to make changes. Someone was lying about something that had took place maybe the other day, yesterday, or maybe today. Someone is practicing and trying to get something better than what they had before. They're having a hard time. It's like they have two left feet. I don't think this person is really serious, but I do believe they're trying to find someone who can really remind them what it is that they're missing, or trying to find out how can they help them in the sense of not finding themselves. Someone is really hurt. Someone really lost someone. Someone is pregnant. And someone is really deciding if they want to go back to the same place. I feel like they're really arguing about this individual, trying to find out what it is that they have. They can't see anything that they want from this person, but someone is really, really hard on them to see that it doesn't take a mind, a shape of knowing who this person is, because it's not for them. It's more of trying to rule. Someone's trying to rule, and someone is trying to bring up subjects that doesn't really bounce ideas. They didn't really have nothing to say, which was kind of hard on them to see wasting my time. It's bringing back the same individual over and over to see, I knew you were playing games. It's hard to see that this person never tried to play any hard games. But it is saying someone has to loosen up. Someone have to get back. And someone have to realize that protection is for anyone and everyone, and whoever needs it the most, it goes to. But I do believe that it's heartbreaking to see that it's still someone involved that shouldn't be there. Someone is pregnant, someone is losing themselves, and someone is trying to talk about something or bring up a woman that is not involved. And this woman name may be Bree. I do hear the word Bree, and I also hear that there's kind of attack on someone that speaks a lot of different uh, something of family situations, okay? Someone that speaks about a lot of different, like designers or something. They pretty much did what they could do, or they did what they did. I don't see why they would come back, but I do see that this argument that they had before is still there. Something of the argument that comes in a woman's shape of being the way she is awful to them. I don't think it's hard for that person to see they may not be attracted to them. They need to find someone else that they may find of likings, because I do believe that this person is really trying to make this person feel like they're not good enough. It happens to be that the person is doing it is maybe a Virgo. It might be even a Virgo or a Aries. These people have been doing this for so very long. They really trying to make a mindset of what they want in a person to make a person change for them. I think it will be hard to see how you have to go after the least. Don't be so eager to settle. You have to go with what's better for you. You're settling, and it might not ever make you happy. Which you're capable to be happy or go after the goals that sets you in the right position. Not everybody can go. Not everybody is in the full what you call spear of knowing they're going exactly into that area, speed to go right in that area where you want them. Okay, someone is really looking into something they're really having a hard time understanding. They're thinking about a pregnancy, and it goes back to a woman that they may think of or being with is someone that's pregnant. It does come alive in your mind to see. Maybe it's you that wants to be pregnant, or another Leo that could be wanting more children, or someone. But I see this person is hesitating to speak about it again because they could have a large family. This person is very hard on themselves. They don't understand why nobody really works with them about seeing what it is that they're going through. I think it's more of them trying to sense how many times people notice that they're not having a good time. I think it may be even showing you that they are, but I think that you're being used, and it comes across as spending more money than what they have. I also see that it might be coming across to you that you need to have love and light for this person. Love light for this person, and also giving them the the brown in intercession to say maybe they need to listen to something that makes them feel better, or something with the color brown. It might make them look better, you know. Maybe it's something like that, or maybe it has something to do with a person's last name, Brown. It could be someone that a family member, or it could be someone that's trying to set you up with a person that's really, really looking into things and don't know how to accept you. It's all the same to say someone is lying, someone is bringing up secrets, and someone is trying to bring attention to another individual, trying to get it away from them. I think this person has done this very much in the past, and it's also saying that the eagerness comes from the delaying. Delaying has come for the person that's really, really. It's something with the spouse, and the spouse is not pregnant or anything, but I think the delay comes from your informal information of not hearing what it is that is pertaining to you. You need to hear it, but you need to find a third party, someone as a friend or someone you need to trust. This will work. If it resonates, take it. But it doesn't go into a certain person. It just goes overall to say that this reading is definitely going into anything and everything, to say if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I do believe sometimes you can do it for free. But in this case, it can't be always for free. You have to realize you have to set your standards. Bringing back the same, and inventing the same type of scenario over and over, it does not work. It's like the crowd. Your crowd have to realize that this is you know, a pavement, something that you're working on to do it. It is your project. It is your workload. It is expensive to do the things that you do, especially if you want to correct yourself and find more strategies or outlets for others to find peace. This is opening up to healing. So it is draining in the sense of knowing that you have to remember who you are to release as well. Don't give them no more than you can. It's all right to have some people come into it, but it does say many can do it, so they don't have to contemplate on you. They can, just flip, flip, or scroll, or however it takes to say Google it. You might find more that can do it for you for free. But I do believe this is something that comes against you to say that you have been doing this. It doesn't mean that everyone is invited. It's only of a reading of saying it might go into the TV or it might go into a video podcast. Those are the things that works the most, but you have to build your channel. But I also see that someone is trying to keep you from doing this. They spoke to you several times. They couldn't deal with you if you did this. This person has escaped. I don't think they have the minor league or anything like that, but it's something about them trying to make it in the like making the band or something. Someone of that person, because I think they're going into this to say they want to do it again, but it doesn't have anything to do with you. But your mind is always speaking. It's possibly that other people may be relating the conversation or thinking of the thought of you might think you're always on someone's mind. It's a possibility if you're bringing up judgment, but judgment doesn't show yet, but I do believe it's something of the case to say it will. Death did, though. Okay, this is a person that comes in your mind to speak more than you do. They're probably having more a large angle on the things that you do in your life. Or maybe speaking in a part of telepathic or trying to have some sense of deal, of making, of knowing. They're trying to. And it could be something of the band or something of saying that it's a Scorpio. Okay. He's found his way. He does relate. He's related. Okay. He's trying to find a way, but I do believe something has broken off to find nothing at the point of doing anything right now. But I do believe it's someone that's trying to enlarge their mind to come back and do things better. But I'm hoping that it does go back in the sense of trying to renew yourself and do better, because something let it burn. It's something about the Usher song, "Let It Burn, Let It Burn." That's what it is. I hear just let it burn. It might be someone of like a mega a paradise. Someone that comes in the mind of showing you something better in your life. They're always trying to draw your attention in. They're not wishing you to do anything of the such, but they do understand what you do, and they are releasing what it is they were doing to try to assume that you were not the one they thought you were. They're really addicted to who you are and what you're becoming. But I do believe it's a sense of a person that may come into the mind of saying that he's not happy, he's not satisfied. But I do believe it's only burning you up inside because you can't be who you are. And someone telling you about being a more careful, or partake in things that could help you. It's also saying anybody can be ambitious. You just have to have a dream. You have to set standards. You have to have a goal. Don't lose hope and don't lose sight of what it is that you're trying to do. But someone that's a Cancer, they're working very hard at achieving their goals. I think they need to at least have someone of understanding. It's better for them to know that everyone is not in the corner. You have to work secretly, privately rather. And I do believe it's someone that's trying to tell you that the person is really, it's like sad. They already heartbroken. They've been heartbroken. But I do believe that this person could be you, to see that it's no one there for you. It could even come across of the person that wish they were dead. There's always someone that's coming back to hurt themselves, of knowing they hurt themselves. They need to really release what it is that's causing them to feel this way, and practice self-care, because it is important to take some time for yourself to know who you are. Before you think about bringing other people along, you have to realize what it is that you're working on, to keep some things in a form of not releasing, like something of an assignment date, something of knowing that it's only for you to work on and no one else needs to know this date. Is something of that. It may go against them to not hear it, but it could benefit to hear what you're saying. A lot of them don't know exactly what you've been doing, but you've been doing this for a while. So you become more in tune with trying to help many people, because you are always looking for a way. And it does practice more into trying to heal. What you are releasing more than what you are doing for others is better. You have to work on yourself before you can work on anybody else. But there's someone that's very upset. They're hard on themselves, but I think it's something they do to their own self, which is hard to believe anybody has self-sabotaged themselves. Sometimes we come into a liking of individuals and sometimes we don't. We just have to be, realize not everybody is going to be their cup of tea and not everyone is going to see what they want them to see. It's more like, practicing on, the things that you like. You can't perfect everything overnight, but I do come to say give it some time. Whatever it is that you're trying to rail back in, try not to do anything to jeopardize it. Sense it in a way of trying to manifest it, practice, being in a manner of knowing that you have to speak it out loud. You have to try to challenge it. You have to take risks and you have to tell yourself you can move forward with or without the individuals that's trying to speak things in your life that does not help you achieve anything. But it does come across to say to remember your mindset. Those are the ones that's hurting and they're calling. They're hoping that you can help soothe them or give them some word of comfort or acknowledge what it is that they're going through to speak to them in a time of trying to release or find themselves. It's okay to do that, but not all the time when you need someone yourself. Try not to overdo it with it because sometimes people just overstep their boundaries and they don't know who they are. But there's somebody that's praying for something to happen in their life. They want everyone to know what it is that they're working on, but I can see that it's really nothing but they're trying to, change, who they are. In the midst of doing it too fast, it's someone that needs to realize what it takes to do. It's like milestones. You don't have to always rush into what it is that you're trying to change about you, but sometimes you have to work a little discreet. Not everybody needs to know what you're doing, and it's something about us, like someone suffering or putting off some days of when they're supposed to come, or someone that's really trying to speak out to speak how they want to come. I think this person is really, really acknowledging that you do care and you really want to be there. But I think it's someone else that's saying the same thing. Don't forget about me. I'm hoping that it will go across to say it resonates with many because it's always someone that we really need to always keep in consideration to say, don't forget about me. I think this person really thinks this is the time to say it. Please don't forget about me. And when you cross the street, is someone that stand there. This person is always sitting there. This person really needs something to eat. They don't know how to ask anybody. But I think it's someone else that tried. This person doesn't need your help. Remember that there's certain people that do need to have some kind of kind gesture. Are you okay? Is there something? If you see them try to move away, just remember you can't help them. But if it's somebody you see that way, don't be afraid to ask them if you could spare some change or whatever it is. Not everyone needs your help, but there's certain people that will never ask and they're afraid. But you have to see how you accommodate and help someone. This is how you can help your fortune as well. Since those that will never step in over their boundaries to sit in a way it doesn't make sense, find out if this person needs any help. Try to remind that, remind yourself keeping your distances. Go for anyone if you see anyone struggling, having a hard time or suffering or doing something of such, it doesn't make sense. If you can just, give them a sandwich or offer them a soda or something, it may come in a way that you may. But it does see that most of them will not ask you anymore because it's hard for you. But I do see someone that's pertaining energy. They're very low and they are hard on themselves. And they want someone to know if they're going to be okay. But I think that the energy comes from the the law of attraction, the above of seeing that you need to confine, you need to define the things that you want and put some things on hold. Try not to move everything at one time. Something that you're rushing into. There's someone that's really backwards. They don't see everything you want them to see. But I do think it's something that comes against you to see it for them. I think you have to let them really receive what it is they're trying to do. But try not to use it in a way of changing who they are. Most likely it's changing you and it's putting you in a better place, but it sees that it's not for everyone. But it's something that helps you to understand that you have to release something in order for good things to come. But I think it's something that's holding you back to say that it doesn't mean you, it means all of us. It's something that's holding us back, but it does mean you and this person. It could be the divine masculine and feminine. But it does mean that this is something that's over practice. Something of losing yourself at nighttime. This is over practice. It has to be something of the conception of it. It does come into mind to release and say, you have tried so hard. Why are you bashing yourself? It does say you need to release your mind a little bit more to be more thoughtful. If it was you, what would you want a person to do? How would you want to go about it if it was you? How could you connect with a person if you're not opening up? It does say that you live in a place of knowing you have more things to do. But it's nothing of an obstacle, but also a delay. It does see that one has happened to say this is the delay, changing your mind and your thoughts. It speaks to you about everyone, what they think, and this is probably what's turning you off. But it does say that this is not the reason why you will see this person this way because you've been new of this person. But it's the same for you to say everybody falls off. But it also said that there's another person that's involved to say the same thing. They will never see it that way. They hoping that it will be a person that doesn't try to see you in a harsh way, or contact this person of individuals that it could be just anyone. But something of the woman that put herself out, she does see herself as looking kind of, like mannish at times. But I do believe that this is not who this person is on a surface. It may show, but it's not. It's something to tell you that it's only a facade. If you're giving away everything and everything, you're not going to have anything back. But it's something that says that you have been struggling for a very long time and you've been forcing yourself to be an individual that you are overbearing at times for yourself. But it does rub off to say this person is becoming lighthearted. They're fixing the things about themselves, so it's not going to change overnight, but it does seem to speed into your direction. As yeah, it's something good coming towards you. This person is really not looking at you. They wish they could see you. They're hurt inside to hear these things. But they're hoping that this would never come into, you know, something that's following them or make them feel that way, because it does disguise themselves to cause, excuse me, individuals to feel a little off. It's somebody that is like to have playtime. It can speak to you to try to warn you that this is what they like to do too. Like, I guess is the, the sense of having fun with each other, but it does go overboard. I think it has to be more of a joke sometimes, but not all the time. It's something that is light taking. Maybe it doesn't seem to, flourish the way it's supposed to. Or maybe it's something that holds them back to make them feel like they're not invited. Or maybe it doesn't show a person to have anything of their likings. Or maybe it's just someone that's wishing that they would stop playing and get serious. It does mean that. And I also think that it's trying to change your subject and say, thank you for the reading. Okay, someone is living a whole different type of lifestyle, something like they really wish or they thinking to take place or they finding out there's more to it. But this person is an overachiever. I do believe we have too much concepts. It's something to cut. I don't know if I want to do this because I'm trying to get out of this reading. Let's see. You put back on your PJs. I think it's funny how you over push the envelope to make me laugh in the midst of saying, I'm not for everyone, so I could be coming with a rude. And this says, please pray for me. I think I prayed for everyone I could. And it also says your heart is doing fine, but this person is trying to get into your heart too much. I think he needs to find his crush. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Who is this? Are you standing next to me? Are you probably looking for her, huh? You've been looking for her? Wow. Who is this? Oh, okay. Someone is really trying to get back at somebody. What is holding them? Oh, okay. The child went missing? I think they're feeling like the child is never going to be found. A child is missing. But I think somebody's child is over. Like, something over here. I don't know what that means. But I think it's coming to you to fulfill what it is of your destination. I think also someone is trying to get back at you, but I do believe someone is trying to put something frame you. I also see that this individual has tried to do this before. Someone is like protected, very protected. They are highly protected, highly favored. But I see the individual that's trying to do it, they have lost a lot before. Why are they trying to frame? Also said they never did what they did, but they have. Okay, this person is intuitive. I do see a six. I do see a six, and I do mean that this is coming in fast to say cancel this reading. Okay, I'm gonna cancel it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not doing it. Whew. All right. I don't think I have one to do a reading. No, this way. I don't know if I want to give this up or not. But it's starting to make me feel like I'm gonna have to give this up. I love them too much, and when you love so much, and I'm talking about my ancestors. Okay, I love Jesus. I love God. I love my family in heaven, and I'm not about to play with them. They don't play about me. I'm not about to do. I'm not Judas. I do not plan on doing anything to make him feel that I would ever do anything to hurt him or put him in a position where he had to be deceived. I would never do that to him. And this is probably something I will have to give up in knowing I'm not protected in the spirit realm enough to know this is not my safe haven here. It's not my safe haven. And due to the fact everybody's mind wants to be so brought to attention of knowing they need help, it's the only reason why I want to do it. But maybe I'll just keep talking to my ancestors and my father, to say maybe. I just want to help. I mean, I really want to help. Just finding out that some people might need, so a plate of food or something. And I don't know what to do to honor that. It's another way to look at my mind to say where it can go other to help. So all around is love, peace, and life for everyone. Now, it generally, escape to the universe of other readers, probably getting informed to see if it resonates on that end because we are connected in the spiritual realm. And love, light, and peace and protection for me, and also my family, and putting them back in a perspective to say I release and I thank you for contacting me.